Welcome to Unauthorized Media, ladies and gentlemen, where today we're talking about power scaling, as you can read up at the top. And, a lot of people have a lot of things to say about power scaling. We don't give a shit what they say. That's what we have to say about it. And so there's different ways of power scaling. Oh, you two got something going on.
Stop that.
We're gonna start all over. Oh, you want to keep going? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna keep this rolling on through here. We're just gonna,
We're not gonna talk about your deep throat.
I missed it. I totally missed it. I'm gonna go back and rewatch this video. Over here, really slipping on some glizzy. Alright.
Didn't even think about it.
At least he's not gagging on it over there.
I would hope not.
But no ketchup. No ketchup, no mustard, no relish, no nothing. He is like dry dogging this literally.
Hey, it's what you're doing.
You're literally dry dogging, okay? So back to what we were supposed to talk about today. That's so gross. 63 years old. That's so gross. And the fact that I'm so glad you don't know what my mom looks like, because you would have that image in your head and you'd be like, wow, this is disturbing.
Or maybe you wouldn't.
No, you would. Bar gotta be real low. Anyways, so back to what we were supposed to talk about today, power scaling. Alright, just... Welcome to Unauthorized Media, where today I'm going to use a funny voice. And
Is that the Watch Mojo voice?
I
don't think we're allowed to use that.
That's my voice, so I can use whatever voice I choose to use today, sir.
You could choose not to, though.
I could choose not to, but we're going to see how today goes. And today we're going to talk about power scaling, maybe in an accent that I don't know where it's from.
Can we talk about your mom?
No, we can't.
I mean, she runs a food truck. If you guys want to go try some of her food, it's called DK's Twisted Barbecue. You guys can check it out. Yeah, barbecue.
Indiana barbecue?
No, it's Texas barbecue. My stepdad makes all the food.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. My stepdad makes... it's all my stepdad's recipes. I think my mom makes all the food now.
How powerful does the food make you?
I mean...
Not very.
Ouch. Hurtful. Anyways.
Because you never know. Just because Olaf look like a snowman, they don't mean he's not powerful.
Snowmen are powerful.
Which ones?
Name one that's not powerful. Olaf has magic.
No, Olaf was built with magic.
It's very
But I'm pretty sure he has magic
No,
too.
he do not.
Nah.
Nah.
How many times do you watch Frozen?
I watched Frozen like...
I know you've watched it a lot. You got a daughter.
Well, being the fact
this
that
was before her.
No, I watched that shit religiously before I had a child.
Yeah.
When we're talking about power scaling, you want to talk about how strong Elsa is. I mean, she could Iceman power.
she probably beats Gray from Fairy Tail.
I mean, after his demon abilities though.
I don't know. I feel like she's gonna back him up against the wall, and then he's gonna go to his go-to little ice shell and kill himself. So
Yeah, he has that ultimate move. Yeah, you're right. So,
Well.
but I know she would not be able to be Iceman from the X-Men, because he is beyond Omega.
Yes, she will.
No, she would not. Dude, he can literally change the temperature.
Return Super Saiyan, and then
Everyone has
Was
one
that in
Super
the
Saiyan
movie?
moment. Everyone has one Super Saiyan moment.
I didn't see that
she already
in
turned
the movie.
Super Saiyan. You see, she already turned Super Saiyan 1 because her hair went from like the brown
Black to
color to
white.
white, and then
That's
now she this power gonna come in, and Lord knows what color it's gonna be, or it might fall off.
Or maybe she died. That happens in a lot of animes. You die, and then your hair come back white.
That's true.
Hey, it's true too.
And then in X-Men Rogue, her hair turned white when she used her ability for the first, one of the first times.
What about else for? Yep, that's right.
Yeah, I'm right. Anyway, so talking about power scaling today. After we've got past the beginning part, like we always do, we fuck around.
We're talking about power scaling
Big call.
today. Woo, yeah, woo. Like my power level is like
3.
super high.
At
yeah.
least 3.
Woo!
Well, so you remember in Dragon Ball Z whenever Raditz landed on planet Earth?
Woo!
Like average human power level was like what, like 250, something like that?
Look at these guns, my 20-inch pipe does like...
Nah, that farmer had like double digits or something like that.
It wasn't even in the hundreds?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
And I don't.
Oh, yeah, because Raditz was like 2,500, something like that was his power level. So...
Are you just making an explosion?
Dude, he reminded me off of the time I caught me on a slime when the dragon is sitting back there. Hadouken!
Copyright.
Right. I don't know how we're gonna get away with this.
Every time I score a touchdown, I feel like I'm leveling up every time.
Yeah, he plays Ultimate, and I always forget that an
And
Ultimate
then every
score
time
touchdowns.
Every time.
You kick field goals in Ultimate?
No.
How do you go for extra points?
You don't?
Now, is a touchdown 1 point?
You get normal points?
A touchdown is 7 points.
But anyway, I turn up, and then when people start talking shit, I play even better because I'm good shit talking. And
Then after the game, you got to rub something on your knees.
no, I don't.
Not anymore. I'm good now. It's my back mostly.
You got that. That's fair.
Like straight up.
So, if we're going for like power scaling,
Hold up, what area are we talking about? We're going to talk about Marvel, DC.
We're just doing all power scaling.
Anime.
we can throw everyone in there.
We're going to throw everybody in there.
Well, because essentially most time people are talking power scaling, they're talking about crossing over the genres and whatnot.
Right.
To put people against each other. That's why they're doing
Like,
it.
so let's take not New 52 Lobo, but like old school Lobo.
Oh,
Yeah, the one that everyone loves. Like he cannot die.
no, yeah.
It's physically like he actually died. His soul came back, like took over a snail, I do believe, and then
Turned him into Lobo or whatever.
yeah, and then I turned him into like a small, and then he like somehow got his body back. And it was absolutely ridiculous, man. Like Lobo, first of all, is completely insane. If you guys have never read a Lobo comic, go find any of them. It doesn't matter.
Vampire, right?
No, Lobo's not a vampire. He's a bounty hunter from space. He's like the last of his race. He killed
DC,
everyone on his planet.
DC,
Yeah, DC.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Morbius. That's what I was thinking about.
That movie is terrible.
No,
I didn't
ain't
see
talking
it.
about the movie. I'm talking about, I like him from the Spider-Man animated series.
Yeah.
They from comic books.
Yeah. But so if you're on power scaling him, I mean, he's way down. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, bro.
Spider-Man is actually, if you want to power scale Spider-Man, dude, his abilities
He's actually
are.
one of the strongest.
So yeah, if you go to like Secret Wars, 1984, I think is when the first one came out. He fights the entire X-Men team and beats all of them by himself.
I remember what you said.
Dude, it was so impressive. You like between his spider senses and his like, literally you also find out that in Superior Spider-Man, whenever Doc Ock takes over Spider-Man's body, that Spider-Man literally pulls all of his punches.
Has to.
Like Doc Ock takes over Spider-Man's body and stuff like that, and he's fighting Clarence Creed, I think is what his name is, the guy that can, if he touches something, he can make it any part of his body. So if he touches metal, his body can become metal. And he hits him so hard he knocks his jaw off. Like his jaw is hanging there by a hinge, and he's just like, oh my god. Spider-Man's been pulling his punches like the entire time, and then Spider-Man gets the power of the universe basically. So whenever the universe is threatened, everyone gets it at least once. It's kind of like the power cosmic, but it's stronger. His suit looks dope. You can see like universes and galaxies and stars in it and stuff like that. And he literally punches the Hulk into orbit.
Well, that's not hard to do.
The Hulk weighs over like 1,500 pounds.
Let me be sarcastic.
Oh.
You went out the wrong
So like Spider-Man's power scale, man, like if he got an Infinity Stone or something like that, if he got the Gauntlet, or what's the cube called? A Power Cube or whatever. Yeah, the Cosmic Cube. That's what. If he got a Cosmic Cube.
The one that Cyborg got.
Cyborg.
Cyborg is.
No, that's from DC. We're talking Marvel now. So you're talking about, but you're talking about a box.
Yeah, box.
You're talking about the boxes from DC. I can't remember what they're fucking called. I'm talking about a Cosmic Cube. So if Spider-Man got a Cosmic Cube, or if he got like his hand on the Infinity Gauntlet, or if he got the powers of the Beyonder or something like that, dude, there would be no one to stop him. And dude, his intelligence, he is so smart. It is ridiculous. Like,
But what's Spider-Man talking about?
Peter Parker. Yeah, regular Peter Parker.
Regular old Peter.
Miles Morales is even like he doesn't have as strong spider senses as Peter Parker does, but Miles Morales also has a spider sting where he can electrocute people. So his abilities are better than Spider-Man's are against Venom or any of the symbiotes.
Well, his spider is just.
He needs like
it's
Spider-Man.
better than a lot. It's still better than a lot of other people.
Yeah, well, Spider-Man was also trained by Shang-Chi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he actually came up with his own martial arts style called the Way of the Spider.
Okay.
And the reason,
freak.
yeah, because the reason that Spider-Man, he is the greatest martial artist in all of Marvel. But the martial art, I'm not talking about powers or anything like that. Batman, Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, dude, all of the Bat family, do their hand-to-hand combat skills.
They are, but Batman is like, he's a huge ally. You gotta think about it. This man went to jail or prison or whatever the hell he went to. Jail.
That's in the movies.
No. He actually did it in some certain universes.
Yeah, but if we're talking about we're following Universe 52 because that's the main universe. So he never went to jail in Universe 52.
But you're right. He did go train in different
All across the world
Yeah, but man, he's like
with so many different masters.
That's so many things say though. So many things you can look at them. They're like, yeah, they mastered all martial arts, and it's like all of them.
But
to master all the martial arts too, you have to start as a child.
Like, he's like a huge ally, but you also cannot put Dick Grayson in that thing too.
Dick Grayson is one of the few people that's taken Batman hand-to-hand combat.
But you can
granted, obviously Batman cannot go full tilt on Dick Grayson. That's his son.
He wouldn't do it.
But dude,
not even close.
so I just finished a Batman comic. I can't remember the actual name of it is, but he fights a guy named Raptor who beat the shit out of Dick Grayson. He fights a guy named Raptor and breaks his back, and Raptor's like, I can't move, I can't feel anything, and Batman goes, I'm not gonna save you, I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm gonna leave you here. And it's like in the Alaskan wilderness, and just walks away. And it's like, dude, Batman.
But Batman, you killed Batman.
Yeah, he killed him.
Okay, so let's.
But he didn't put him out as misery. He made him suffer, which is worse.
Okay, so we talk about Pascal. We're gonna hop in a little bit more. We're gonna hop in a little bit DC. Let's talk about a little bit of anime as well.
I mean, so in my opinion, like, as unfortunate as it is, because I don't like her as a character very much, Sailor Moon is probably one of the most OP characters in all of anime.
And her thing comes from like the fact that at the end she can like create and destroy universes and things like that.
Right, because she has like the power of the universe, whatever, because she has like all the planets or whatever.
And that's the thing. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, so she's most powerful. And I'm like, okay, well, if her power to destroy or create universes comes from the fact that she's as strong as a universe, there are people stronger than her.
Right.
Zeno destroys universes at will
With the push of a button on an iPad.
Yeah, like he just does that.
And then you also have...
Those
are
planets.
Planets. Yeah. But then you also have the Soul King who holds universes together.
He holds them together. I forget his name from.
Soul King is from Bleach. I'm not. So there's been a date released for Bleach. It's like October 23rd, I think. Finally this year.
Don't
for
trust it till an episode comes out.
Yeah, it's been like 3 years that we're getting October. So hopefully this year it actually comes out, because I know that the animation studio that's doing it is basically done with like a season and a half, something like that. So we're not going to get any filler or anything like that. It's going to be coming out every week, so it's going to be nice, and hopefully they're going to. We can do watch parties. I'd be down to do watch parties.
What studio are you looking at?
I think Funimation. It's either Funimation or Aniplex, I think, is doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
I'm not 100% sure, but
for those of you who don't know, I pirate. So
he pirates from every. Like I have Funimation, but he just pirates the shit.
I wish that Netflix could get on to a lot of these shows. I ain't about to, because this is gonna go straight through.
No, speaking of Netflix, speaking of Netflix, the Tales of Ragnarok, is that what it's called?
Record of Ragnarok.
Records of Ragnarok's been confirmed. It's coming out this month, I think, for season 2, and then King and Ashura is supposed to be coming out next month for part 3.
Should be.
So that's exciting stuff. We're going to be talking about those. We're going to be talking about those seasons. So if you guys aren't caught up on it, go ahead and watch those. They're great. Records of Ragnarok has 1 season right now, 15 episodes. Yeah,
I think it's only 12.
Like 12 episodes, and then King and Ashura has like 24 episodes right now.
2 seasons.
So they're both really great. The animation style was difficult for me to get used to with King and Ashura because I'm an old school
He's
anime
an
guy.
animation snob.
I am, unfortunately, like 110%. I don't like the computer animation except for on Demon Slayer when they mix the two.
Yeah, because they only do it on their power.
And I mean, look, we can power scale Demon Slayer really quick. I mean, dude,
No, we're staying on focus.
we're staying on anime.
No,
On power scale.
Yeah.
no.
What are we power scaling?
Because once you look at Demon Slayer, you find out that all their dramatic stuff in the back doesn't actually happen.
That's what I was
You
gonna
realize they're
say.
actually pretty weak.
Yeah, that's probably one of the weakest animes that are out there. That's what I was saying. They're way down there at the bottom, man. Because like, granted, it is, yeah, but like he cuts a stone in half and stuff like that, and it's not even that big of a stone. I mean, you see Zoro. Sorry, I'm pointing at your shirt that you're not even showing everybody. You see Zoro cutting a mountain in half.
This is a dope ass shirt.
And
by
it is
the
a
way.
dope shirt. Where'd you buy that?
I don't remember. I saw it online.
All right, well, look for it online if you guys want to. This I got in Orlando.
Sometimes you gotta risk the $20.
That's right. But we see Zoro cut mountains in half literally when he was fighting Pika and stuff, and we've seen him cut metal and all that stuff. From Demon Slayers, the biggest thing we've seen is that stone be cut.
Yep.
Okay, so quick question. How do you, with the power scale being the way it is in anime, how do y'all feel about when someone dies? We're gonna take your favorite character, Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta, because Vegeta, I'm not sure if it's a saying thing or not, but you know how he sometimes he's like, you gotta kill me, and like, wish me back, and I'll come back.
No,
That is a saying
you
thing.
have to take
A huge amount of damage. Yeah, you have to take a massive amount of damage. Like, so, remember when Goku was training on his way to Namek and he shot himself with the Kamehameha wave and his clothes were all destroyed and stuff like that, and he's laying on the ground, he's just like wiped. You have to get yourself to that point every single time.
Okay, how do y'all feel about when weigh in on that? Like,
Well, so with Dragon Ball Z power scaling,
towards the power scale, because you got the natural people that's gonna be like, all right, this is my ultimate level. But then you got those who are like,
who's to say there is an ultimate level though?
well, I'm talking about like in different shows,
No, even in different shows though. So like we'll take Fairy Tail for example that uses magic, something completely different. There is no top end scale. They can keep training and training and training so that their magic has no limit at all. Same thing with like Dragon Ball Z. You can keep training and forcing yourself to get stronger. There's no walls, there's no limits or anything like that we've seen so far. Like, wasn't there a show that the guy did a limit breaker? Where, like, literally he went, past his limits, and it is, like, his special ability, Limit Breaker, where he goes beyond his limits for, like, 15 minutes, something like that?
Beyond his limits. It's not coming to me. It doesn't sound familiar.
If you guys watching
I'm pretty
this,
sure someone's probably said something.
yeah,
like that,
if you guys
like-
watching this can tell me what anime, because I'm remembering something like that. But, like, the reason that, animes don't put
you're
limits.
thinking of Taguro, because Taguro would say percentages of his power, and he would go to that level. And then when he fought Yusuke, he was like, "All right, I'm gonna go to 110%," and it was like, "Well, no, this is 100%. What you were at before was 80.
Right.
You're a fucking liar. That's what you did."
So even taking that, like, he said he couldn't get any stronger, but it didn't make any sense because when we went to the demon world and that, then you had A-class demons, S-class demons, stuff like that.
That was his limit. That was not someone else. They made him an S-class.
Oh,
demon.
right, because it was his wish.
Mm-hmm.
So then I guess you can you have limits on that point, but in most animes they don't put limits on their characters' abilities because then they're putting limits on the people that are watching it. Because like you have to remember when you started watching, you have to remember when you started watching anime, you were a kid, like 15, 16, 14, whatever.
No.
I mean, I wasn't allowed to watch anime until I was older because my mom and dad saw that shit and they were like, "Oh, that's violent."
Well, you got to think about the early '90s, the '90s Saturday morning cartoons. Like, they weren't like anime was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
But Saturday morning cartoons, Looney Tunes, Captain Planet,
Right.
Rocko's Modern Life, all those was the shows then. Those
Right.
were the shows.
Those came
Intermediates.
on all week. Toonami came
But-
on Saturday nights.
Yeah, Saturday nights.
And then, but Toonami came in like later.
Like, I think it was early 2000s Toonami came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was early, like 2001, 2002,
Yeah.
something like that.
So that's when.
Oh, what
that's
was the
when-
guy's name?
Tom.
Dude, he gave out some really great advice sometimes.
Yeah, and,
I'm serious, man. Like, there's a whole, you guys can check it out. There's a whole TikTok that's called, like, Tom's Advice, where, like, it just goes through and talks about, like, gives you all the clips of, like, Tom giving out really heartfelt advice and stuff.
well, but that's when you seen the uptick in anime in
Yeah,
America.
in America, yeah.
America. So,
Dude, and 4Kids ruined, like, so, the first time I watched One Piece was on 4Kids,
Oh.
and I hated it. I hated it so much.
I don't even remember.
And I
being
talked
on
so
4Kids.
much shit about it because I thought it was so bad. I thought One Piece was like a shit anime, absolutely horrible, so bad. And then I had a friend, like I was here in Texas before I watched One Piece again. I had a friend that was like, no, it's good, and told me about how 4Kids like ruined it and changed like the cigarette to a lollipop.
Oh yeah.
And then like they changed a lot of the wording of it.
Yeah,
they
they censored
changed
a lot
a
of
lot
it.
of stuff. They like changed the clothes and
That had
stuff
no
like
reason to be
that.
censored.
Yeah, and so and the voice actors were different on 4Kids too. So like it was just all different, and it was horrible, absolutely. So then my friend told me about the switch that they did with everything and whatnot, and then showed me the actual One Piece, and I was like, oh wow, this is so much better. But I mean, Luffy now, we'll power scale Luffy since we're talking about One Piece. I mean,
You
you
won't because this new shit's bullshit.
did you watch it?
Nope.
No, but you know what it is now.
Oh well, I've known
Yeah.
for a while. As soon as it came out,
Toon Force?
there was so much people like it was impossible for you not to get that spoiler.
Right.
If you knew anything about One Piece.
So, like, I also agree with Brody. I don't like how they're going in, like, a more cartoony way for the anime. Like, he has a Toon
hold on,
Force.
We're not talking about cartooning. We're talking about power skills.
Well, this is his power. He, like, so anything that he touches becomes, like, rubber.
That's stupid shit.
It's, so literally, there's a scene where he, like, reaches out and he, like, grabs Kaido, and all of a sudden, like, he pulls Kaido, and Kaido's body moves, but his head stays there. Just like an old school, like, Disney cartoon. And it's kind of frustrating, and then you find out that he can, like, fight in any manner that he chooses to fight in and stuff like that. Like, but then recently you also found out in Dragon Ball Z that Goku's dad wished for him to be, like, fruitful in battle or something like that. So that's why he's never lost a fight, really.
No. Goku has lost some fights.
He took a couple of us,
What?
including against Jiren.
He didn't lose against Jiren.
Yes, he did.
No, he
took
didn't.
that L.
He
But
didn't.
you know who we did lose against?
Who?
Vegeta.
He did. It was a tie. It was a tie.
Vegeta stood back up and walked to his plane.
He did not walk. He hobbled.
He was on 2 feet going to his plane.
But you also got to remember Krillin
Was standing there
about to kill him
with a sword.
with
Yeah.
a sword.
Yep.
And
And if Krillin had did it, Krillin would have a W over Vegeta. But he didn't do it.
He said, "Go, go."
I mean, how do we? So, I mean, Luffy is probably at least a island destroyer, right? So I would say that he could destroy an island, a city easily. I do not think he could destroy a planet.
Okay, so
Do not think Luffy could destroy a planet.
okay, so
But now, if
with
you
that being said, so we get into this point.
that's where I was getting at. I was getting to the point.
So with that being said, I'm gonna pivot
To what?
To a different point.
to a different point.
I mean, my point was talking about power scaling.
But since we get to that time, like President said, we get to that time.
That's why I was trying to wrap it up, and you just cut me clean off.
Well, congratulations. This is how I
Welcome to podcasts where people cut you off.
Oh, listen. Have you not seen the previous videos when we talk about sports?
No,
Okay, then.
I haven't watched all of our videos.
You got bad.
We have to cut you off. We have to cut you off. You want to rant?
Jordan has to cut me off when I get straight completely off topic.
That's fair. That's fair.
He has to bring me back in on the subject matter. But oftentimes, when I'm in the middle of wrapping things up or explaining my point, you know who says something? This
JT.
Allow me to introduce myself.
My name is Humpty. Thank you. Anyway, so I don't think Luffy could take out an island. Or I think he could take out an island. Goku, planet for sure, easily.
And that's the thing, when they go through stuff like that, and they're like, okay, he can destroy a planet, he can destroy a island, he can destroy this. Which one? Because Hawaii is like 7 islands. Which one are you destroying?
Well, he can destroy. I think he can destroy all of those islands.
That's the thing, though. When they're like, okay, he can destroy this.
Australia's island.
I don't think he can take out Australia.
And that's the thing, when people are like, yeah, he's an island destroyer. And I'm like, all right, but Whole Cake was giant. Alabasta was huge.
Yeah.
And then there's stuff like where Chopper was that's like actually kind of small.
Right.
I'm like, all right, now we got to qualify. He's an island destroyer of this level or something like that.
Right.
Saturn is not as small as Earth is.
Right.
So you're destroying Earth and you're destroying Saturn are two different things.
I mean, so if we're going that way, like the biggest island, so I guess if we're going to use like Earth.
And I'm wondering, asking you to qualify how big of an island you're saying. It was just when people are power scaling.
Right.
That's when I'm just like, you're trying to do too much.
Right.
I would rather you talk to me and like when people are like, hey, who would win out of these two fighting people? Base level stats, they have the same stats and they just fight with their abilities. I'll get that. Because that's one.
I mean, Goku's going to be.
How do you know how to use your stuff?
Like in that, I feel like in that moment, I feel like Goku's going to be most people because he's been training in martial arts for like literally his entire life. I can't think of another person that trains harder than Goku.
But
Batman.
Goku's training.
No.
Goku's training has also just been you're training your innate ability to fight. You were taught a little bit how to fight by Master Roshi, and then everyone else. No one's teaching you fighting techniques. Now, some people are teaching you abilities like power moves, like you stole every other move that you have. Goku doesn't come up with a move. He just doesn't. He just steals them from people. So with that, like when you come through and you're like, okay, well, base level stats, Goku versus Baki. Well, no, Baki knows techniques.
Yeah.
Goku, you have fight instincts, but Baki does too.
Yeah, and then like you said, Baki knows techniques, so he knows like throws, he knows shoulder locks and submissions and stuff like that.
So when you take away the, oh, well, I'm faster than you, and I did this off instinct, and it's like, all right, well, I did this off instinct, and I did a move that is made to fuck you up.
Right.
And it's just like, well, I grabbed you by the tail and swung you around a couple times and threw you. And it's like,
I don't have a tail.
I'm not free.
Right.
Like,
Right. Okay, I can see that. I can see that.
Well, all right, real quick, before we jump off this video, who would you put? I like to do the ranking system. Who would you put in your top 5 through any genre?
I mean, I think Zenitsu is probably the strongest thing we've seen so far.
I'm talking. First, we can start with you since you want to talk.
How always.
because we never always get the 5. So
We know,
we'll
yeah.
do it together.
That's why I looked over at
I
you.
would say the top 5 people. I won't put them in an actual order.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so like
Zenitsu,
and what?
Zeno, not
Zeno.
Zenitsu.
Yeah.
Zenitsu is
Yeah.
just funny.
God from Full Metal Alchemist. You don't think so?
Well, what do you mean? You talking about the little?
Yeah, the little guy that talks to.
shadow
Yeah, the little white shadow guy that he talks
Okay, I
to.
can go.
But we never saw him do anything really.
That's why I can't go with that.
But you saw him give or Edward whatever, I don't know what he gave him to be able to beat Father.
You can give people powers and still not be immensely powerful. You just have to be stronger than them.
True.
So
But he also opens the doors between worlds and stuff like that. So
I put him on the same scale as Shinron.
a Shinron,
Yeah.
like a guardian.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Well, actually, I'll give him the Shinron that the Super Dragon Balls were on.
Okay, so
the world planet style. I'll give him
Is he
that.
omnipotent though? Because if he's omnipotent, then he can just do whatever he wants, and it doesn't matter.
I don't think
We never,
he is.
yeah, we never saw him do anything of. Well, he took arms and legs and gave arms and legs back and stuff like that. So he can take your limbs whenever he wants.
Yeah, but someone with a knife can too.
That'd be a lot more difficult with a knife.
But Zeno, I give God from that show. I can get him touching that area.
Right,
So
but we
don't
didn't
get
see-
the size,
we-
you get the fist.
Right. Because we haven't Sailor Moon. Unfortunately, we have to throw her fucking in there.
I don't know why you said unfortunately she's powerful.
I know she is. What's that little girl's name? Purple hat.
you talking about from Sailor Moon?
No. She has her own TV show. They put her in an episode of Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, Arale or whatever.
Yeah, dude, she's powerful as shit.
I mean, she ain't gods though.
Yeah.
But we already said Zeno.
Right.
Sailor Moon. I can't remember his name, and I've been trying to since we started this conversation.
What's it from?
The guy from Daily Life of the Immortal King.
Oh, yeah. Dude, what he did, like, he literally destroyed an entire timeline and recreated another timeline all because the girl he loved died. Like,
And he wasn't even loving her like that in that show. Like,
he was not. Like, not even a little bit. It was
then
ridiculous.
if we're going through, if we're not limiting it just to anime, if we're just going through everything, because that's where we started off.
Infinity, then.
The amalgamation that makes up Alien X from Ben 10.
Oh,
He
yeah.
literally restarted their entire universe.
Yeah, dude. I always forget about Alien. He's the Black Cosmic one, right?
Yes.
And then whenever he's talking to Chaos and someone else, like the two heads, whenever he's inside
Chaos
of
and Tranquility or whatever they are.
Yeah.
And he has to get them to agree to use Alien X's power.
right, because he's standing there forever.
And literally, the universe got destroyed by a bomb, and he remade it. I said restarted. That was wrong.
Yeah, he remade it.
It's different to restart something than
it's
to completely
well, if you wanna
remake it.
If you want to say that, then you might as well say Ben 10,000, because he has the ability of Alien X without having to talk to because it's like 10 years in the future or something like that.
Does he not have to talk to them?
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but he unlocked everyone in the Omnitrix, like every single alien.
I still give it to Alien X because that's you have that DNA or whatever in a watch.
Right.
So I feel like if Ben is using Alien, well, I guess if he's using the Ultimatrix or whatever, and he goes Alien X, maybe he beats the original Alien X. But I can't.
What would be the difference in their power, really? When you can do anything,
I'm faster than you, so I can stop you from doing it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is an innate ability for me. You have to think about it.
I gotcha. Okay, so we got 3.
That's
We
3.
come up with 2 more. You know, Soul King.
I ain't seen nothing from him, so I ain't giving him nothing.
You haven't read the manga.
Remember,
seen
remember,
them.
first of all, you gotta remember, this show's about anime, not the manga.
That's true, yeah.
Never
Can't
forget.
put Soul King in there. I mean,
We know.
Who are you talking about for? You mentioned him to me because I didn't know who he was. Was it Reed Richards' kid?
Oh, Franklin Richards?
Yeah.
Dude, Franklin Richards, yeah, he's dude, he literally brings Galactus back to life and uses him as his herald. Like, Galactus, instead of making heralds, becomes a herald. And then they take out the rogue, what are those? The Rogue Celestial. They take out the Rogue Celestial together, and that's a great comic if you guys haven't read that yet.
Did he die though?
No, Franklin Richards doesn't die.
Somebody.
And with Franklin Richards, so, like, the incursions happen and everything like that.
I'm thinking about whatchamacallit's son.
Real descriptive. There.
What's his
Yeah,
name? The one
yeah.
that's 2 beams out. Cyclops son.
Cyclops kid.
Yeah, one of his sons.
The only son that Cyclops has is the guy that goes through time, stuff like that. He was in Deadpool 2.
No, not Bishop, but
Bishop.
Caleb.
Cable. Cable's his only
yeah,
son.
Cable.
Cable's his only son.
No, I thought he had another.
No,
one.
Cable's. He has a daughter.
I know he has a daughter, but I thought he had another son.
No,
as
he only has
well.
one. He has a brother.
Oh yeah, what's guy's brother though? Yeah, I forgot his name. Yeah, I know his brother. Yeah, his brother was like a part of the early.
That's only in the movies. That's only in the movies.
Early.
That's only in the movies.
But I know who you're talking about. I forgot his name though. Gosh, he has not Havoc. That's right.
Havoc. Havoc. Yeah, Havoc.
Havoc. Because Havoc was a.
Ryan Summers, I think is what his name is, something like that.
I could have sworn he had more than one.
I thought it was Alex.
Alex, that's what he had. Alex Summers, yeah.
I thought he had more.
No, so in the comics, Scott Summers is the original X-Men, very first one.
I know.
You're just saying that his brother was a part of the original team.
I know from the movies.
Yeah. In the comics, his brother's not part of the original team at all.
Because remember they had the blue suit, the whole body.
Yeah, with that thing in the center of it.
Yeah, that bullshit.
Yeah,
The shit about that
that's stupid.
man.
That was so stupid.
And because it was him,
And then-
Beast, Gene, and I want to say Nightcrawler.
No, it was the guy that could scream, Banshee.
Oh,
But so if we're going like Marvel DC, dude, then you've got to you have
you also have-
Chaos, Infinity.
would you put Hulk on that level?
Hulk. Oh man. So there. No, you can. No, you can. Listen. There is a comic that you guys can read. It's called Heart of the Beast, where he gets trapped in Dormammu's universe. If you guys don't know who Dormammu is, he is the King of Chaos, something like that.
I don't got his titles like
Yeah,
that.
I can't. Anyways, he gets trapped in Dormammu's universe, and he's fighting Dormammu's like beasts that are in there and stuff like that. And his anger reaches the point where he's punching cracks in the reality of the universe.
That sounds pretty damn powerful to me.
His problem is if at any moment you calm down,
Yeah, he literally broke.
you regular.
Alright,
Go from hard to soft, just like that, folks. And that's how we're gonna end this. Go from hard to soft.
Yeah, because my black ass got
You have dinner in like an hour.
No way, I
like
did
30
in 30
minutes.
minutes. That's why I've been trying to
We gotta
wrap
wrap
this shit
up our
up
video,
for
guys.
like the last 5-10 minutes.
All right, folks. Don't forget to subscribe, push the little bell, and have some fun.
It's my baby's birthday. Well, we're celebrating her birthday.
Okay, yeah,
So
I thought that was last week.
Yeah, no, it's Tuesday.
Ah.
This week. Yeah.
Oh, in a couple days. Happy early birthday.
No, you so stupid. I said it was this past Tuesday.
Oh.
I can't
Ah,
listen. He doesn't listen
happy
when he
late
talks.
birthday.
Later. You push start stream. We're streaming already.
Your mama started streaming already.